Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Monday, June 9th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you're someone that uses charts in your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this would be a video for you. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So ticker symbol number one, TSLL, monster volume over the past couple of days, given it is an ETF relevant to Tesla. And today it made a nice move. The first bit of nice move, is visual from the video I did on Thursday. It got up above that resistance line right there. So it is now trending backwards in the right direction. You got to give credit where credit's due. It broke that level. That is a good thing. But moving into next week, it becomes a question of, but is there any sort of true power behind this price movement? I mean, from where it was here to where it is right now, again, good quality movement. But is there any sort of strength? Now, I have no idea. But by using charts, we can make answering that question very straightforward. And in my mind, it all revolves around a single area. Whoops. Until it's Friday. There we go. And that is this level right here at $9.85. So let me change that to green. And why is this level so important? Well, hopefully we can agree with the logic that price movements with genuine power don't go straight up, but they're at least going to make progress forward. Which leads to, okay, Clay, fair enough, but how are you defining quote unquote make progress? And that is where $9.83 comes into play, because I'm not saying this is what's going to occur, but let's just say the price comes down here, behaves like this, and then works its way back upwards. What would you have at that point? Well, you would have set of lows there. You'd have lows right there. If you envision each of those as stair steps, you now have stair steps progressing in the upwards direction, which again, that's the key. You just want to see progress being forward. On the flip side of things, again, I'm not saying this will occur, but for explanation's sake, if the price comes down here and then breaks down below, what all of a sudden has occurred? Well, the price has gone quite literally right back to where it started. And I mean, I don't want to insult your intelligence, but price movements that make great moves and then go right back to where they started, not exactly a sign of genuine power. So that is, in my opinion, priority number one. Can the price, it doesn't need to skyrocket up, doesn't even necessarily need to go up, but it needs to start to show those signs of progress. So let's see if it can indeed stay above 983. Next one here, looking at ticker symbol PLUG, and this is one where very, very nice pattern, fantastic move this morning, and along with the move this morning, you can see good solid volume. Volume did drop off, but as any volume analysis, textbook or anyone would tell you, during pullbacks, you definitely want to see volume drop off. So sure, there was a pullback here, but again, that all corresponded with a lower amount of volume. So that's good pullback volume right there. Now that still doesn't guarantee anything because there are no guarantees, but from, like I said, the volume standpoint, good sign. Now in terms of areas of resistance, key level to watch, definitely going to be right there at the $1 mark. You can see several times earlier on in the day, the price went right up there and got rejected by it. So that'll be the key battleground to keep an eye on moving forward. And then from a support standpoint, just watch that purple line right there, the 50-period simple moving average. That would be the level where, preferably speaking, if the price can stay above it, that would be a great sign of power. But from the grand scheme of it all, as long as the price does stay above that pink line right there, then again, keyword here being grand scheme of things. So if you're some sort of day trader, flipper, scalper, and you bought right here and your plan was to buy and sell within 7 seconds, yes, these comments are not for you. But if assuming you care about the grand scheme of things, you want to see it stay ultimately above that pink line there. But no doubt about it, very nice way to end off the week. Next one here, APLD. Talked about this nice bull pattern in yesterday's video, and you can see opening 30 minutes, got the break right there, and then it made a fantastic move. Sure, it's pulled back, but within all actuality, it's just recreated essentially the same pattern. So if you watched yesterday's video, you're probably going to hear the same exact terminology here, but it is what it is. But always a good thing, assuming you're bullish, when the price is putting in those higher highs and higher lows. So in terms of the key battleground to watch on moving forward resistance-wise, keep an eye on that trend line right there. And then we have this lower part of the pattern right here. Change that to green for support. And then just to make sure that everybody can see the pattern, let's keep it one color. So we have our resistance, we have our support, we have the nice upwards move right here, we have the golf hole down here, and we have ourselves a nice bull pennant pattern. Now, just because something's bullish doesn't mean for sure guaranteed going to go up. But I don't think anybody would be shocked if this thing, were to break and then find some momentum. So guaranteed to happen? Absolutely not. But certainly a more than valid question to throw out there. Next one here, ticker symbol QBTS. Very, very impressive move. And actually last final 30 minutes here, very solid. And you had the increase in volume right there. So we'll see if that can, kind of maybe build some more hype over the weekend and create more of a breakout. So on that note, the key breakout point, nothing fancy here, just the question of where did the party stop today? And that was earlier on in the afternoon, right there around $18.80. So keep an eye on 1880. I'm actually going to go to hourly time frame here. This chart is now representing each one of these candles an hour. So if the price can get a good high volume break of that area, again, no guarantees, but I could see the price potentially finding some momentum up to maybe that 1950 mark. So 1880, 1950, next two key levels of resistance. Let's go back to the 30-minute time frame. And as far as areas of support are concerned, what we've already talked about previously, so I'll go through this a little quicker. The preferable level, meaning, hey, Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute best? Certainly if the price can stay above the purple line there. But from the overarching standpoint, as long as the price stays above that pink line right there, which I should point out, did a fantastic job yesterday. Never hit it exactly, but got close, but did ultimately find support. So assuming you care about the bigger picture, as long as the price is above that pink line, then the bulls are in full control. Next one, Nvidia, NVDA, and overall, chart's doing just fine. Yeah, a little disappointed if maybe you bought this opening 30-minute high right there, thinking it was going to get more momentum, given the price did pull back. But overall, like I said, it's not like the chart crashed or anything like that. What I want to do is actually, yes, this is a key level right here, and you can see it's preventing the price. But what I'm seeing in more of the near term, and I think a lot of people are seeing this, that's why I'm going to map it out, because when a lot of people are watching the same thing and wondering the same thing, it doesn't guarantee anything, but call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want. It can produce some very dynamic movement. So I think a lot of people have done something very similar to this on Nvidia, and a lot of people are watching that area right there as support. And then when we map this area out this area up here is the resistance, this area right here is the support. And then let's turn this into the pattern. So we have our resistance, we have our support, we have the nice upwards move right there, and yeah, you guessed it, Nvidia, nice bull pennant pattern. So again, not guaranteed, but enough people watching it where I think you could get the self-fulfilling prophecy where if it comes up here and breaks, then that break right there may cause more people to buy, but we'll have to see what happens on Monday. Real quick, I want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering next week. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down below in the description area you can watch, or if you're watching right at my website, there's an area on the webpage that you can use to get signed up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. Next one here, looking at KNW, and wow, what an explosion. Not only this afternoon, but the last 30 minutes, the volume came in that much more and the price exploded that much more. So not a whole lot to say in terms of setups or anything like that, other than just pointing out that the ingredients seem to be there for a very impressive day on Monday, because again, for traders, we need two things. We need good quality volume and we need movement. And with all that volume that came in, this thing apparently is moving. Now, to be fair, maybe, and I'm not saying this will occur, but maybe the price pulls back early on Monday, and then you start to have more to deal with, because then you can say, okay, well, the price is pulled back, but the price did make that big move up. Okay, now we have a bull flag to work with. But right now, it's sort of just a straight up ballistic move. So like that's what I mean by not a whole lot else can be said. I mean, you could call this the resistance up here just because that's where it stopped going down. But like I said, at the core, the ingredients is there. So if you like this price range, if you like these sorts of volatility movements, then keep an eye on it and see if there is any sort of pattern that begins to develop. Next one here, ticker symbol VERO. Okay, just to make sure everybody sees it right there, VERO. And overall, nasty move down, started up, and then brutal move. And when it gets down around here, it begins to become one of those questions of, was this a gap and trap? Was this a pump and dump? Is it game over? And then seemingly got an answer because it started to go back up, tried to pull back again, but the final 30 minutes actually put in a higher low. Now, let me be very clear, and I wish I could say trading was this easy. Just because there's now a little bit of an uptrend line here does not mean that for sure guaranteed the pullback is over and for sure guaranteed the price is going to head back upwards. But does it become a little bit more plausible at this point in time? Absolutely. Take case in point, if the price was still just dropping, and then I'm sitting here saying, hey, it's looking like this could be the bottom, you'd be totally justified. I say, what are you talking about? Based on what? But that's not the case here. It has at least got a little bit of an uptrend to it. So actually, let me change that to green to represent the support. And then in regards to levels of resistance, main battleground to watch right there at about $3.38. So from a pattern standpoint, looking right here at basically the ascending triangle pattern. So will the ascending triangle consolidate out, come out, and get the break? If you like ascending triangles, if you like stocks down below $5, here you go. Next one here, RIOT, and I should have put this one in a different spot in the list because you already heard me talk about this several times. So I'm going to go through this very quick again. I want to respect your time. So there's our area of resistance. There is our area of support. There is the big upwards move right here. There is the golf hole down here. Another bull pennant pattern. So you've heard it all. But actually, I take that back. One interesting thing. Check out the last 30 minutes. Good solid volume. So yeah, is this a leading indicator of more volume to come on Monday? We'll have to see what happens. Next one here, RXRX. And what is super interesting about this one is, yes, it was a bull pennant. Keyword being was. So there is the bull pennant. But when you notice what happened late day today, the price is actually broken out through there. So we now get to ask always exciting question, is this the start of something bigger? Now think about that question. It makes no sense to ask it if nothing is even happening, because then you don't get to ask, well, is this the start? Well, is what the start? But in this situation, something worthwhile certainly has happened, that being a breakout of the pattern. Now, to be fair, it could be a fake breakout. It could do something like this and then totally roll back over. Again, that's possible. But again, to be fair, that is a two-sided coin, but because who knows, maybe this thing is getting ready to rock and roll back in the upside direction. So all in all, any way I look at it, had the nice bull pennant form late day today, got the breakout. So is this breakout the start of something much bigger for next week? We'll see what happens. Next one here, TSLA. I probably should have done this one right by TSLL because it's the same exact thing. So I'm going to go through this very, very quickly. Nice move here. It got the break. Is this a truly strong move? We don't know why. Well, because charts aren't going to guarantee anything. But we can answer the question on whether or not this is a strong move because price moves to a strong movement are going to show signs of progress. And in this situation, I think right down here at the 285 mark, very, very important area because if the price comes down here, bounces around and then heads back up, then you know what happens next. Well, we have a set of lows right here. We have that low right there. If you envision those as stair steps, there you go. You got stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. On the flip side, if it comes down here and then just blast down through it, well, now all of a sudden we have the price having gone right back to where it was, which is essentially what a dead cat bounce is. So good day here for Tesla. You can't deny that. But is there any sort of genuine strength behind it? Has nothing to do with, well, Tesla's got to keep going up. No. It's at least got to show some signs of progress. So that's why, in my opinion, that level right there is by far the most important level early next week to just simply show, can it put in that higher low? So that wraps up the top 10 list. Again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about this tool, then definitely go get signed up for the free class next week. It'll be Thursday, June 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So I hope to see you there. And also make sure to hit that like button if you enjoy these top 10 videos. And definitely be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications because I have been live streaming. So if you're interested in coming hang out during the day, watching me trade live, ask me questions, or like I said, just hang out, then I do go live. As far as when, that's the importance of hitting that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you are notified when I do indeed go live. So hopefully I'll see you sometime on the live stream itself. So thanks for watching. Take care. Make sure you get signed up for the free webinar and have a great weekend.